Hi guys, Mark again. In this video we're going to learn a little bit about how to use the iBooks application that we just opened an Awake magazine in our last video. So let's go ahead and go into our iBooks application. Now by default it's going to open up whatever the last document was we were looking at, which was the Awake we just downloaded. So let's go ahead and touch that library button in the top left corner, and that'll take us to our bookshelf, where we could open up any one of these magazines or books we wanted to. Well, we're going to just go ahead and go back into our Awake again. So just touch our Awake, and it'll bring us where we left off. So now, how do you navigate around in here? Well, one of the easiest ways to do it, and which is what I do, is you just touch the right or left side of the screen, and it will jump ahead a page. I'm just touching close to the edge. If you want to go back, you touch close to the left edge. You can also drag your finger across the whole screen. I'm going right to left, left to right, left to right to go back. And that's one way that you can navigate around, just dragging your finger back and forth across the screen. Now another way you can navigate around, which is actually a lot better if you're looking for something specific, is by using this little rectangle down in the bottom left. You see that little dark rectangle and that line of dots going across the screen? That is your little marker as to where you are. So now if you grab with your finger and hold that, you'll see what comes up is a little whatever you call it, a balloon, sorry, that comes up and tells you where you are. And if you start dragging that around, you just hold it down and see what happens. When you hit each new article, it changes to that article. So now I can drag it to the start of Play-Doh. I let it go. It takes me to the article on Play-Doh. If I grab a hold of it, I can drag it back to somewhere else. Okay. And it takes me there. So that's another way that you can navigate around, which is pretty good if you're looking for a particular article. So I'm going to drag all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so now let's page over to our table of contents. So notice we have our listing of articles here. Now if I just want to jump to one of these articles, I can just touch it. Let's say I want to see what the Bible's viewpoint is. I touch that with my finger and it jumps to that article. Now if I want to go back to where I was, down the bottom left hand corner of the screen, see where it says back to page 2? If you touch that, it'll go back to where you were. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Help for the Family, for example. It jumps to that article. If I want to go back to where I was, I click back to page 2. So that's how you kind of jump around in the article. Now in the next video I'll show you how to look up the scriptures that are in iBooks as well. See you then.